What is up, guys? We have a lot to talk about some very hot penny stocks. I am going over a 0.003 penny stock that I am heavily invested in, and they just reported revenues up 100% Q over Q and revenues up just around 400% year over year. Back in February of 2023, they executed a LOI to acquire a privately held company that is profitable and does $5.4 million in revenue and projects $9 million in revenues for 2023. They're aiming to do around $15 to $20 million in revenue for 2023, or at least that's what they are capable of doing with all their acquisitions, everything like that. And I own a lot of shares of this company because I believe that this one can easily hit 0.005 to 1 cent in the short to medium term. Make sure you thumbs up the video and subscribe and put notifications on so you do not miss these very important plays. And let's just get started with the video. So with the ticker I'm talking about is ticker EMGE, Emergent Health Corporation. The CEO of this company is the ex-president of L'Oreal, which is just around a $200 billion company. This is one of the rarest management setups in the entire history of the OTC. Jim Morrison, the CEO of EMGE, ex-president of L'Oreal. When he was president of L'Oreal, he led the company to 20% growth year over year. Definitely has very big connections with many celebrities. They are in the beauty, health, and wellness. They're also in the pet med and pet health market. Today, they report year over year revenue increase of over 400% or just around 400%. And Q over Q revenue has increased over 100%. This stock is currently trading at 0.0033. I have a lot of shares of this company, millions of shares of this company as of right now. Keep in mind they are pink limited. I believe this is because of a late filing and they aren't up to date. But I do believe they will take care of this because they are trying to become fully SEC reporting and everything like that. They have a market cap of $1.3 million, very undervalued. They have very minimal debt. Their authorized shares are at 7.5 billion, but this was due to previous management. The OS has went up from around 260 million shares to 400 million shares. It stayed at 260 million for a really long time, but they are having massive acquisitions. Like I said, we're going to go over their acquisitions, which will put their revenue. They're aiming for around $16 million in revenue for 2023. Keep in mind that is very good, even with their share structure. Right now, this may increase as they get more acquisitions, but their revenue will go up significantly. So their float is around 200 million. See right here, they have under $1 million in total liabilities. So this is actually very good for their balance sheet. Their balance sheet is looking pretty good. News that came out today, former L'Oreal president Jim Morrison, chief executive officer of Emergent Health Corporation, reports year-to-year revenue increase of over 388%. Guys, keep in mind, they are only just getting started. They are going to add millions of dollars in revenue for their upcoming quarters, or that should be the plan at least. And their Q over Q revenue increased 100%. They are a curator, developer, and marketer of products in the regenerative health space, which, guys, is a very big and growing market. They announced today revenues of $373,000 for the quarter ending for Q4 2022, as compared to $185,000 for the quarter ending September 30th, 2022, the previous quarter, which was an increase of over 100%, and revenues of $574,000 for the year ending 2022 compared to $119,000 for the year ending 2021, an increase of over 380%. So Jim Morrison, former L'Oreal president and new full-time CEO, said the company is now engaged with several large biologic companies, and we expect enormous growth over the second and third quarter. Emergent projects continue increasing its revenues quarter to quarter as it expands its business internally and externally by acquisitions. Back in February, they announced they anticipate closing the acquisition to acquire Nanoaesthetic Cosmetic Labs, and this should add around $3.5 million or something like that in revenue, if I do remember correctly. And back in February 21st, 2023, on behalf of its subsidiary, Evolutionary Biologics, Inc., announced that it executed a letter of intent, a LOI, to acquire a privately held company in the regenerative medical field. So this company is profitable and does $5.4 million in current revenues and projects a total of $9 million in revenues for 2023. So they are aggressively expanding their revenue. If they do close on this, which I do think they'll be able to do it, they expect this one to close very soon. That will add, it looks like, $9 million in revenue, and they are profitable. So a very big acquisition here. Mullen Automotive, ticker MULN, had some very big news come out. They announced a 1,000 vehicle order received from Randy Marion Automotive Group for their Class 3 trucks, purchase order for $63 million. and vehicle deliveries commencing in August 2023. Very big news here. However, naked shorts continue to attack the company. Keep in mind the company has until September 5th of this year to get the stock price organically up to $1, which I do not believe they will do. So there could very well be a reverse split even before September 5th. That's what I think is going to happen. But because honestly, I do not see the stock price getting up to $1 organically. The stock is up around 5% today, trading at 0.078. Also had an update the other day where UNC Charlotte has purchased more vans. Now they have a total of 15 campus EV cargo vans with fulfillment of UNC's second order commencing on May 1st, 2023, which was yesterday, which was for 7 Mullen EV cargo vans delivered on March of 2023. Keep in mind, they're trying to dominate the commercial side of EVs, which is a very big part. There's going to be a very large demand for commercial EVs. This is a huge market to get into. So even if they dominate a small chunk or percentage, they will do very well. So continue to set the bar for commercial EV dealerships in the US. We are proud to be working alongside RMA and getting Mullen's commercial EV, starting with our Class 1 and Class 3 EVs out to our commercial customers, said David Mitry, CEO and chairman. And I do expect more deals and contracts to come out in the near time future. So definitely Mullen is one to watch. Keep in mind, the biggest concern here right now is there will probably be a reverse split, which will probably tank the stock price even more. So keep that in mind, but we could also have some very big news to help with the stock price as well. That's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed, and I should see you guys very soon.